सच एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भव निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भव निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भव निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच वाहेगुरु 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 कबूल जीवन की षड्यास हो सबना की रेणुका तब आओ हमारे पास सूरा सो पहचानिए जो लड़े दीन के पुरजा पुरजा काट मर कबू न छाट खेत प्रेम खेलन का जाओ सिर ताल करी गरी मेरी आओ इत मार्ग पैर तरी जय सिरी जय कान न की जय सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु साहिब जी बिलावल महला पंजवा पिंगला पर्वत पार परे खाद चक्र बकीता आंधले त्रे पावन सूझिया गुर भेट पुनीता पिंगल पर्वत पार परे खाद चक्र बकीता आंधले त्रे पावन सूझिया गुर भेट पुनीता वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। धन धन सतगुरु पतित पावन भगत बत्सल किरपा दे खजाने जोत रूप धन साहिब श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी दी गुरु खालसा साध संगत जी आप जी वਡਭਾਗੀ हो जिन्हां ने सतगुरु साहिब जी दी श्री अखंड पाठ साहिब दे भोग सरवण कीते हैं। पिछले दिनों तो ਧੰਨ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਬਾਬਾ ਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਅਤੇ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਭਾਈ ਮਨੀ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਤੀ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਖੰਡ ਪਾਠ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਪ੍ਰਾਰੰਭ ਹੋਏ ਸਨ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਭੋਗ ਪਏ ਹਨ। ਹੁਣ ਕੁਝ ਸਮੇਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਦਾਸ ਨੂੰ ਹੁਕਮ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਥਾ ਵਿਚਾਰਾਂ ਸਾਂਝੀਆਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਹਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਸਮੂਹ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਅਸੀਸਾਂ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ, ਸੁਧ ਸਪਸ਼ਟ ਅਰਥ ਕਰਵਾਇਓ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਗਿਆ ਦੇਵੋ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਵਚਨ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਨੇ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਸੀ ਸੇਵਾਦਾਰਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ। ਤੇ ਆਓ ਇਸ ਜੋ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਧੰਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਚਿਤ ਬਿਰਤੀਆਂ ਇਕਾਗਰਾਂ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਦੇ ਬਿਰਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਿੱਤ ਲਾਓ ਜੀ। ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਬਿਲਾਵਲ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਪੰਜਵਾ ਪਿੰਗਲ ਪਰਬਤ ਪਾਰ ਪਰੇ ਖਾਲ ਚੱਕਰ ਬਕੀਤਾ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, the fifth Guru of the Sikhs, the fifth form of Dhan Sahib Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, the fifth form of the Almighty Lord, the fifth form of Vaheguru on this earth, has given us this Shabad in Bilawal Rag. We are here celebrating the Shaheedi of Shaheed Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji Shaheed and Bhai Sahib Bhai Mani Singh Sahib Ji Shaheed. For the last 3 days, we have partook in the seva of Sri Akhand Path Sahib, the reading of our Guru, the Almighty Lord on this earth, Dhan Sahib Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and we have just witnessed the Bhog of Sri Akhand Path Sahib. Now we are going to reflect on the teachings of this Shabad given to us by Sri Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji. Why have we chosen this Shabad? As you know, the Sangat always asked me to do Vichara of a Gurbani Shabad in English to help us understand what Guru Sahib Ji is saying. But why this Shabad on this specific day that we are celebrating the Shaheeds? Over these many years, as the Khalsa Panth has become stronger, but as we have developed in this Western world, we have begun to question our own history. We have begun to question the power, the almightiness of Waheguru, our Gurus, and our complete Gursikhs that have come before us, our forefathers and mothers. We question now whether Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji's cease, their head, actually came off their head. We question if they were able to fight for those many kilometers all the way to Sri Harmandir Sahib without their head on their body, with their head held in their hands, while they freed Sri Harmandir Sahib from the beadwi that was taking place. We question that by Mani Singh Sahib Ji, Shaheed, how they cannot scream in pain if their body is being cut limb by limb. We know these Sakhiyan from a young age. We have seen the pictures of these two great Shaheeds of our Panth, these two great complete Gursikhs. But in this modern world, in this Western world that we live in this world that we are now led by educational science, we question whether these things can happen. But we are also the Sikhs of the Guru, and we know that whatever Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji says must be true. But we question our own history because our history is not necessarily written in Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Why do we question it? Because of the all-powerful Lord Waheguru. Anything can happen. But we question because different people are wowed by what was achieved by the Gursikhs before us, what was achieved by our Gurus, why we are here today. They cannot contemplate that these things can actually happen because they have not happened in other cultures' histories. So we question it, and we think there is no historical source. There is actually historical sources for all these accounts that have happened in our history, but we have lost touch with the historical sources from those days. We only look at historical sources by somebody like myself writing books in the last 20, 30, 50 years. And those last 20, 30, 50 years, 100 years even, Sikhs in India were under the rule by the British Empire, who were very amazed by our history, but didn't want that amazement to be spread within the Sikhs because there were many Sikhs joining that path. So they put those questions in our mind. When we came to live in this Western world, and we have been born in this country, and we read science at schools, we question how these things can happen. Because we say there is no proof. We say there's no historical evidence. And we read books from the last 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. We have not delved deep enough to look at those granths that were written around these times, that actually share these happenings. We question them now, that they cannot be true. But one thing we do believe, and we still, with Guruji's Kirpa, believe in the teachings of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, because Guru Granth Sahib Ji cannot be wrong. So we're going to share this Shabad. I'm going to show you that if these things can happen in this Shabad, then surely Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji's head can come off their body, they can pick it up in their hand, and they can continue fighting for many kilometers until they free Sri Harmandir Sahib from the beadwi that was happening. And at the same time, by Mani Singh Sahib Ji Shaheed, when they are forced to pay taxes and they refuse because they didn't celebrate, they did not call that Sarbat Khalsa Diwali. So even in these days, for this Diwali that we've celebrated in the last few weeks, by Mani Singh Sahib Ji was Shaheed, and I'm sure the Vidwans ahead of me will share those Sakhiyan, albeit in Punjabi. So just to say before I continue, learning Punjabi and our mother tongue is the most important thing. Now, although I do a lot of katha or vichara in English, that is to help us join, but we won't find the complete essence in English, never. We have to learn our language of our Guru. We have to learn that Gurmukhi script, and we have to find out for ourselves. This is only a medium to help us connect. But the Vidwans ahead of me, especially Gyani Balbir Singh ji, who has great knowledge, they will share how and why this can all happen. And hopefully those of us that don't understand Punjabi can concentrate and try to listen, because when they share the teachings, they speak in very simple Punjabi so we can all understand. So by Mani Singh Sahib ji Shaheed, when they were told that, a fatwa was given to them that their body would be cut limb by limb, they didn't. Are we seeing those pictures? They point and they want piece by piece. And they start reciting Sri Sukhmani Sahib da part. And they recite 8 Ashtapadiyan before their body is completely cut. And out the rest of those pieces of their body, the complete Sukhmani Sahib continues and is completed before they leave this world. These are amazing things that can happen. They've happened to Gursikhs before us, but they can also, those amazing things can happen in our jivans if we follow those teachings, believe in the teachings, but before even doing that, we listen to the teachings of our Guru. If we listen, believe and follow, I shared this with this Sangat the last time I was here. Actually, it's very simple. We listen to our Guru, we should then believe in our Guru, and then we should follow what they tell us to do. If we do those 3 simple things, then we have the opportunities to live our lives and see and do and act those things that those Gursikhs ahead of us have done so. So the first pankti in this Shabad.
Satnam Sri Vaheguru Sahib Ji Pingal Parvat Par Pare.
So Pingal means somebody who's crippled. Parvat is a mountain. Par Pare. What our Guru can do, if somebody is crippled, they can give them that strength to walk over a mountain. To walk over a mountain. They can give the strength back in their legs to walk. In the times of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, because if we believe in our Guru, there must be some examples that we can take when this actually happened. So we share Sakhiyan, we share more history. And these days we're breaking from our history because we say these things can't happen. But unless we know that these things happened, this is what proves Gurbani to be true. So those of us that are even questioning this, we have to join with our history. We have to believe in these Sakhiyan. So Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, they went to a place in the north part of India, and there was a mela, there was a fun fair going on, and there was a person there called Saul Sahagan, and he was supposed to be a peer, a spiritual person. He used to dress like a woman and wear women's clothes and necklaces, but he was seen as a peer. People followed him. And Bhai Mardana Ji was speaking to Guru Nanak Dev Ji along with Bhai Balla Ji, and they said, let's go visit this person. But there was a queue outside of his tent. And Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji said that it's taking too long here, let's go. We will see his true colours. What happened? There was a fight and the tent was opened up and they saw him doing wrongful actions, kukarams. And he was beaten by his own followers. Now the point I'm coming to happens a year or so later. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji go back to that area. And they go to a house of a Gursikh family, and a child in that house is crippled. They have no power in their legs. They cannot walk, they crawl around. And the mother does benti to Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, and Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji gives that strength to that child and he begins to walk. How does this link to Saul Sohagan? Because when Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji said, when that power is given, Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji said, don't use my name. If anybody asks you, who put this power back in this child, mention Saul Sohagan's name. They gave the vadai to Saul Sohagan because at the same time as giving the strength in those legs, they wanted to bless Saul Sohagan, who had done many wrongful deeds in the past, but had now found the rightful way, and it was time for him to be blessed. And when Saul Sohagan's name became famous again, because that child kept telling everybody, Saul Sohagan put that power in my legs. When he met Saul Sohagan himself, he says, I never did that to you. Take me to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the person who actually did it. He bowed, he begged for forgiveness, and he was blessed. But the key here is Pingal Parvat Par Pare. For a cripple to be able to walk over a mountain, they must need that power. Our Guru can give that power, and that is the example of Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji. If they can do that in those days, if we listen, believe and follow their teachings, they can do it in these days also. So a person who has no sense, who has no brain, a murukh let's say, Even they can become clever, they can become siana, sense can even be given to them. Somebody who's, in the times of Sri Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji, Sri Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji was questioned by a Pandit. They said that how can he have the name of Krishna? His name is better because their name was Sri Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji. They said Krishna wrote the Gita. Can they even translate the meanings of the Gita? And Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji said, if I translate those, you might think I might have learnt when I was younger. Better still, you find anybody in this village and I will bless them and they will be able to translate the Gita. Shadju was brought. He could not speak and he could not hear. He was deaf and dumb. Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji did Ishnan in a Sarovar in the place which is now known as Panjokra Sahib. That's where this Asthan is. It's on the border of Haryana and Punjab. They bathed in that Sarovar. Shadju was bathed in that Sarovar. And Sri Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji blessed him and he did the earth and explained the meanings of the Gita. So somebody who had no sense because they were never taught anything, even they were given sense by the blessings of our Guru.
Andhale Tripavana Sujaya.
So Andhale means the blind. Tripavan is translated to mean the three worlds. So the three worlds, you'll hear this word in Gurbani, Tripavan, it means the three worlds. This world, what it describes as this earth where we walk, the underworld, if you will, and the world above us. So they're using that word worlds. But in effect, that means everywhere, in every expanse. So you have the knowledge of everything. You see everything. You're blessed with that knowledge. So even if you are blind, you are given sight. Karodimal was a person from Lahore and he questioned Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji when Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji went to reside in Kartarpur Sahib or in that area. And he questioned, because he was very rich, and he questioned this saintly person who had many followers because he wanted those followers. The day he got on his horse to try and question and speak to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the star fell off. And he didn't carry on because he felt that was a bad omen. The second day he went, he got back on his horse, and as he got closer to the Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, he became blind. When he reached Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, his followers had to get him off the horse, and he realized why and what is happening. But when he bowed down and he realized his mistakes, he was given sight in his eyes. So Guru Sahib Ji can give a crippled strength in their legs, they can give a murak, a brain, sense in their minds, they can give somebody who's blind sight again. If you fall to the sanctuary of the Punita means completely pure, completely pure. If we bow to the completely pure Sahib Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, we also become completely pure. If we listen, believe and follow their teachings, and all these happenings can happen to us as well.
Mahima Sadhu Sangati.
And how does that happen? It happens in the Sadh Sangat. This doesn't happen in our homes. Tan Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji, Bhai Mani Singh Sahib Ji Shaheed, both Shaheeds spent many, many years with Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji, our father. Bhai Mani Singh Sahib Ji was blessed with the seva of being the scribe of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji as we know them today. Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji used to collect the ink and make the paper for Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. They did many years of seva with Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji. They took Khanderi Pahul. They were blessed at Hajur Sahib to go back to their asthans. Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji to Damdama Sahib, Bhai Mani Singh Sahib Ji to Harmandir Sahib, to do seva of teaching the correct pronunciations of Gurbani, the correct understandings of Gurbani to the Sikh Sangat. They did many years of Sangat of the complete sadhu, if you will, our father Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji. And then they gave the blessings to the Sikhs. Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji even fought in the battles when Baba Banda Singh Bahadur came from the south to avenge the shaheedi of the Sahibzade. They did many years. If we spend time in the sanctuary of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, in the sanctuary of great Gursikhs, and we learn from them, we listen to the teachings, we believe in the teachings, and we follow the teachings, then these great happenings can happen to us. That is the greatness of the Sadh Sangat. So listen to this, my friend. This is the greatness of the Sadh Sangat. All our dirt that we've collected over our past actions, we will lose all those actions that we've collected over many, many years, many, many life forms. They will all go away. Hare means finish, burn out, destroy. That fire that's inside of us, that doesn't give us peace, that fire of the Panch Chor, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Hankar, that is distracting us and taking us into different forms of society and luxury, that fire will burn out. That is the greatness of the Sadh Sangat.
Nirmal bhai jita.
Nirmal, our cheat, our mind, our soul, our body. There's no English words to describe. We will find peace. We will become pure, just like our Guru, just like Shaheed Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji Shaheed, and just like Bhai Mani Singh Sahib Ji Shaheed. Rahao, Guru Sahib Ji said, focus on these teachings. This is the main essence of the Shabad.
Aisi Bhagat Govind ki.
So the Bhakti of Govind, that word, that name of God can be described as our protector, the protector of the universe. That is the Bhakti of the Almighty Lord Waheguru. If we do it, what can happen? What other kirpa do we get?
Kita Hasti Jita.
Kita Kida, an ant, Hasti, elephant, Jita. Even an ant can defeat an elephant. When Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji was surrounded at Anandpur Sahib with all the Sikhs, and the Mughals gave alcohol to an elephant, dressed them up in body armour and sent the elephant to knock down Lohgad Killa, the fort of Lohgad at Anandpur Sahib. Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji said, well, we've got a great warrior called Duni Chand. That night, Duni Chand got very scared and took 100 other Sikh soldiers with him, climbed over the walls of the fort and ran away. He actually broke his leg and later was poisoned by a snake and died. He was not blessed, even though he came from the house of great Gursikh Bhai Saloji. But then the day after, Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji, when they were told of this, they said, we have a great warrior, Bhai Bajittar Singh. Bhai Bajittar Singh Ji was really short in height. They were sent out on their horse. They stood up on their horse. As we see people who ride horses, especially in Holla Mahalla, they stand on the horses, don't they? They show us the great skills of the Khalsa warriors. Bhai Bajittar Singh stood up on the horse, and that nagani he was given, he put it straight into the forehead of the elephant. The elephant turned around and actually destroyed the camp of the Mughals. So even we are given that strength, an ant can fight an elephant.
Jo jo kino apano.
So only those that Sahib Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji makes theirs.
Tis apay dhan jita.
They are the ones who gain that spiritual stage of no fear. That no fear of Bhai Bajittar Singh, that no fear of Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji Shaheed, the no fear of Bhai Mani Singh Sahib Ji Shaheed. If we're us now and somebody's going to cut us from limb to limb, I know myself, I would probably start screaming. I will have fear straight away just even thinking about it. But that spiritual stage of no fear is only given to those who are blessed by our Guru.
Singh balai hoye gayo.
Singh means lion, sher. Bilai means billi, cat. Even those who are blessed with no fear, they will see a lion as a cat. I can share sakhiyan how the Sikhs of our Gurus were blessed and they even fought lions. We know Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji fought a lion themselves, but even the Sikhs could defeat lions. Time is short, and so I cannot go in there, but we've heard many sakhiyan already, how the greatness of our Gurus and that strength is, how we can be blessed in the same way. So we must never question that Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji's seas can be taken off, they can pick it up and they can fight with it for many kilometers until the Biadabi is free. Even further, if we look, if you go to Sri Akal Takht Sahib Ji, and behind Sri Akal Takht Sahib Ji, there's another, it's called a Bunga, a Gurdwara, in the name of Shaheed Baba Gurbaksh Singh. They fought with their Jatha, with their Sikhs, for many hours without their heads. Their heads were cut off. But they fought for many hours, and this was witnessed by British writers. And you can read these in books such as Macaulay, that Sikhs would fight for many hours without their heads. So if you can fight for many hours without your heads, how easy it is just to pick your head off the floor and fight with your head in your hand. Never question the greatness of our Guru. If we question our Guru, we're finished. We're nothing. We're nothing. If we believe in our Guru, so Trin is like grass. Mer is like a mountain. A mountain will just be like grass. So those who are given that spiritual strength of having no fear, those who are blessed by the Sadh Sangat, by coming here and blessed by our Guru, Lions are like cats, and mountains are just like a blade of grass.
श्रम करते दम आडका
So those who work hard every day to earn a living,
ते गणी तनीता
even they become wealthy. Let's take that spiritually. Those who work hard every day, they wake up in the early hours, they listen to the teachings, they read Panj Baniya, they read the complete Bani of Guru Granth Sahib Ji that is given to us by our Panj Pyare. In the evening, they recite Rara Sahib, the complete form. In the night, they recite Kirtan Soila. During the day, they work hard to do the seva of the Sadh Sangat. They recite the name over and over. They come to the Gurdwara and do seva of the Sadh Sangat. Those who work hard every day, they become wealthy because they are the ones who get given the blessings. The ones, maybe like myself, who talk but don't walk the walk, they don't get the blessings. Doesn't matter what we look like. We have to listen to the teachings. We have to believe in the teachings. Then we must follow the teachings.
कावन वडाई कह सका
So what vadiyai, how much more praise can I give to the Guru? The praise is endless. I am not even worthy to give the praise. We can't, it's endless the praise we can give our Guru. If we really sit at home, when we go home tonight and we sit before we go to sleep, sometimes when we go to sleep, that's where we find all our tensions because we think about the next day. Think about the blessings we have. We have the Almighty Lord with us. If you follow any of the religion and culture, they talk about paradises, heavens, hells. What we've been blessed with, Vaho Vaho Bani Nirankar hai tis jevad avar na koi. Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji is God on this earth. And I have no shame in saying that. We might not realize that. They are God on this earth. They are the Almighty form. And how great must the blessings we must all have to be able to sit with God. But when we question if they're God, then we're left with nothing. Shaheed Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji, Shaheed Bhai Mani Singh Sahib Ji, they never questioned. That's why they were given all the blessings. That's why they did what they did. But why did they do it? They did it so we can live today. Otherwise we would be gulams. The ones who would have stayed stronger Sikhs, their heads would have been taken. They would have been forcibly converted. And Sikhi would have been destroyed. But over many, many ages, there's always a Gursikh who stands up and is blessed. But why can't we be those Gursikhs? Why can't we try and live up to their teachings? We all are the same. We're all humans. We come into this world. We must follow, believe and listen to the teachings, and then we can even become like them. There's so many guns, characteristics, qualities. It's endless. We cannot continue to describe. And all I can say at the end is Guru Granth Sahib Ji Kirpa Karo Naam Di Daat Baksho. And I think we should all be doing that prayer, because if we get that same blessing, then we can live like our forefathers.
Nanak Dar Sarita.
Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji in the form of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji, the Almighty Lord is saying Nanak Dar Sarita. Dar means door, Sarita means gola, like a slave, a servant. I'm stood at your door like a servant. Please bless me with the same blessings that Tan Sahib Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji Shaheed got, Tan Sahib Bhai Mani Singh Sahib Ji Shaheed got. And if we get even a kinaka of those blessings, then we will be saved as well. If I've made any mistakes, I beg for forgiveness. You, the Sadh Sangat, can bless me so I can continue sharing the teachings. I am not a learned person. We have now the opportunity to listen to somebody who is very learned, who has done a lot of research, who knows Gurbani inside out, Gyani Balbir Singh Ji. Make sure you stay and listen to the teachings, and they will share the teachings and the Sakhi and the events, the true events that happened when Shaheed Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji was Shaheed and Bhai Mani Singh Sahib Ji was Shaheed. So let's stay, listen to them, and you will really learn our history, which is fact. Don't ever question it. Believe in the power of our Guru, we will be blessed as well. Deho sajjan sisriyan Jehovah sahab se mel lekha ka tehna shutiya khen khen ulanhar baksanhar baksle nanak par utar. I apologize to the Sangat and the Granthi Hajuri Singhs that I had to go to another program, and I'm sorry that I took the time. I'm not worthy of going first. I really should have been last today. So I apologize to all the Sangat and all the Vidwans that are going to go after me, that they allowed me this time to go first. We're going to read the last two pankti out of respect and then we're going to say Fateh, and hopefully listen to the program in the remembrance and the celebration of Shaheed Baba Deep Singh Sahib Ji Shaheed and Shaheed Bhai Mani Singh Sahib Ji Shaheed.
ਕਵਨ ਵਡਾਈ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਾ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਗੁਨੀਤਾ ਕਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਮੋਹਿ ਨਾਮ ਦੇਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਦਰ ਸਰੀਤਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।